Welcome to the King Power Stadium for this crucial relegation six-pointer as rock-bottom Leicester host Reading. A win today would lift the Foxes off the bottom, but Brighton, who sit 2 points ahead, have 2 games in hand. With that at the forefront of their mind, Willie Kirk's side might take some encouragement looking at their opposition's away record. Reading have lost all of their 8 away games in the league, but impressively came from behind with 2 goals in added time to take the bragging rights last time these two went head-to-head in the league. Well, it looks like a lovely day here in Leicester. We've had the motivational montage, and it is a huge match down at the bottom of the table. Let's take a look at the teams. One change for the hosts. Remy Simpson is back in Willie Kirk's starting 11. Josie Green drops to the bench, and a big encouragement coming from that bench for Foxes fans is that Jess Sigsworth is back, looking for her first minutes since suffering an ACL injury last February. Kelly Chambers makes 2 changes. Emma Harries starts after her 2 goals saw Reading draw against Brighton last time out. That being said, though, Harries will be looking to set the record straight, having failed to score in her 8 WSL starts prior to this. The other changes is Brooke Hendricks coming in as Gemma Evans dropped to the bench, and new signing Esther Meyer-Kitt. She drops out of the squad, a blow for the Royals. So a little shuffle around at the back as well. Lily Woodham will be at left back. Mukandi and Hendricks, the centre back pairing. And we're just waiting for Whelan to come over, as she does now. For the referee's toss, Richie Watkins, the ref for today. And it is the choice to swap the ends. Well, it's a busy day in the WSL and in the Women's Championship. And next up after this on the FA player, West Ham host Liverpool. This is the big game at the top. We've had a big game, or the big game at the bottom. We've had a big game at the top of the table. Arsenal coming from behind to beat Manchester City. The players taking the knee here as a reminder that discrimination in any of its forms has no place in the sport. And it is Watkins' whistle who will get us underway here. Huge game at the bottom. Leicester with a chance to lift themselves out of the drop zone, but up against a Reading side who have been stubborn opposition for the Foxes this season, and themselves looking to steer further clear of that relegation zone themselves. Well, as we get underway here, it has finished in the northwest. Everton beating Tottenham 2-1. Trollsgaard. Just lost a little bit of control of that ball with her head. Bryson with the throw. Trollsgaard. Just watching it roll out for the first corner of the game. Emma Mukandi and Lily Woodham just, well, Rachel Rowe even having some words of who would be standing over this one, and it is Rachel Rowe. Outswinger from Rowe. Headed away by Leicester. The ball sent back in was a high one, and easy for Leitzig to sight all the way down into her grasp. Well, big news coming out of the men's side of the King Power Stadium, as Leicester City and their men's team part ways with Brendan Rodgers after that loss against Crystal Palace yesterday. But it is Leicester with the early defensive work to do. Hannah Kane and Carrie Jones, the two in that front line of defence for Leicester City, as Reading have a free kick in a dangerous area. Cleared well. Second ball deflected. Whelan has it at her face, but one of her teammates is down, having taken that ball to her face. I think Carrie Jones there, the player receiving treatment. She's moving. She flips over onto her back. Took the ball quite heavily towards her face. Well, Leicester City much improved since the turn of the year. And I'll be hoping that a win today could see them out of the drop, although it would be Brighton that would slip in with those two games in hand. Willie Kirk has said that he wants his players to be energised and to embrace the fight, to stay in the top flight of women's football. As we can see, Carrie Jones back on her feet. They are on the back foot though through the very early stages of this game. Reading with the much better of the play, possession and pressure. Ashley Plumptre on the end of that drop ball, sending it long and forward, only as far as Brooke Hendricks. Although her lack of control of it sees it out for a Leicester throw-in, and Courtney Nevin down here will take it. You can hear how incredibly loud the Leicester faithful are. The Foxes will need every ounce of support they can get from the fans, particularly today. There's so much at stake. Nevin again looking for options. Hannah Kane chipping the ball up just into the box, but headed out. Nevin again. Plumptre back to Nevin, who's just struggling to shake her marker clear, but finds Hannah Kane. Kane has to go back though. Ruby Mace chips it up, and that is a regulation collection for Grace Maloney. Hannah Kane able to just steer through the mess of the bodies there. Sam Tierney helps it on its way to CJ Bott. Ruby Mace looking forward for options. Sophie Howard's in the mix as well. Simpson unable to turn. Out for consecutive throw-ins. This time it will be for Reading. Lily Woodham going long. Chip back towards her by Ruby Mace. A few yards gained there as Reading look to push back. Claps there from Ruby Mace, the Manchester City loanee, who's certainly shone for Leicester since her January move south. The England under-19 player who had spells that caught the attention at Arsenal and Birmingham. Has a good ball into the box. Picked up by Courtney Nevin. Hannah Kane with the shot, deflected out. Well, both Courtney Nevin and Hannah Kane have done really well down this near side. Both arms in the air for Kane. In swinging ball. Plumptre was rising high, unable to get her head to it. It dropped behind her and then high over the net of the Reading keeper. Well, just inches away from a good connection with that ball was Ashley Plumptre. Yeah, she's a brilliant defender, is Plumptre, but she's been so vital for this squad across so many areas, both on and off the pitch. Jones trying to knock it forward. Mace guides it towards CJ Bott, whose ball forward is pinged back and forth. Leicester doing well to keep possession here. Simpson just through the legs there of Faye Bryson. Well, after a bright start for Reading, all the action has been back in this final third of their own half. Trying to send a move forward now. Well guided though, back to Leitzig, as much as Sanna Trollsgaard was advancing. And now it's CJ Bott who's advancing. Sam Tierney trying to send it forward to Simpson. Just hugging the line too close and out for a Reading throw. Well, Hendricks is down off the ball, and that is never a good sign. Well, you could see Lily Woodham's hesitancy to take the throw in. She's got her legs raised in the air. It's Emma Mukandi's holding her legs up. The Reading captain overcomes a pair of Reading physios. taking on some fluids, and I do hope that that is not too serious. A bit early on in the game, potentially for cramp, but it does look like a warm day, and the sun is, and was certainly earlier, beating down. And she's up on her feet and walking off, and we do hope for Brooke Hendricks that it is just a bit of fluid and a stretch of the legs that she needed. As the attention's back to Lily Woodham and the throw in down the far side. And again, they go through this routine of the throw in being so close to the line on the far side that when it is headed out by Leicester, Reading do gain a few yards, and now it is yet Leicester who are charging forward here. Good defending from Courtney Nevin. She did a brilliant job of matching the pace, stride for stride, of Emma Harries. It's out for a corner. But that was some brilliant defending from Leicester City, just to push Harries out wide. Emma Mukandi in swinging corner. And Charlie WEllings had it at her feet, but just didn't have the time to steer it goalward. Shouts for handball, and it is Leicester who have the kick. Leitzig under a little bit of pressure there, and she will send it out. Trollsgaard with two of the Leicester defence to either side of her. She was in a sandwich with Sam Tierney on one side. And you expect if goals are going to come from anywhere in this Reading team that Sanna Trollsgaard is going to have some involvement. Rachel Rowe on the ball as well. She's one of the players who has been a real thorn for this Leicester side. And the games where they've gone head-to-head this season, it was her too in injury time that saw them take bragging rights on the reverse fixture. She compares herself to a Duracell battery in that she just keeps going and going and going. And she is really certainly thriving in her current position, having been moved around from various positions on the pitch. Kicking comes from Rachel Rowe. Oh, very, very close there. Charlie WEllings looking to sneak the ball past Leitzig. The smallest of margins between the keeper and the post. It's a beautiful delivery from Rachel Rowe, and WEllings just trying to sneak it in, but Leitzig says no, palms it away. Our first big chance of the game, and it has fallen to the visitors. Emma Mukandi. Another in-swinging ball. Leitzig had to really stretch to make sure she wasn't going to get caught out by that one. Ashley Plumptre got ahead to it as well to make sure that it definitely was going the right side of the goal for Leicester. Well, after that glorious delivery just a few moments ago, what can Rachel Rowe do here? Both arms in the air again, in swinging corner, into the arms of Leitzig, who wants to set her team downfield now, counter-attacking, but the whistle has gone. The ref just calling back play here. So Brooke Hendricks, Jade Moore have been pulled back. Santa Trollsgaard's just having a bit of a listen in. No cards have been shown there. Leitzig was so quick to try and set that move for the Foxes off, and I think maybe the Reading players just obstructed her slightly, but now it is Leicester who are going. Courtney Nevin trying so hard to get on the end of that ball. She's got so much pace to her. But her opposite number, Faye Bryson, able to send it out for a throw. Courtney Nevin and her pace have been brilliant today in the early stages at both ends of the pitch. Leitzig looking for options there, but Rachel Rowe was charging in. You can see why she describes herself as that Duracell battery. Chip forward ball. Nevin, cross comes in. And wow! What a goal from Sam Tierney! That is incredible! Sam Tierney getting on the end of a brilliant cross, leaping in the air and still managing to deliver the ball into that bottom corner of Grace Maloney's net. Well, Leicester City lead here at the King Power Stadium. Once again, Courtney Nevin, slightly deflected, but a delicious delivery and a chop kick there from Sam Tierney. Well, a brilliant goal from a player who always poses an attacking threat. Slightly against the run of play as well. Leicester won't really have time to breathe though. This game meaning so much more than just one goal. If they win today, they'll be able to lift themselves out of the relegation zone. Albeit Brighton, who will drop in, do have 2 games in hand, but they won't want to rest on one goal, however brilliant it was from Sam Tierney. And for Reading, well, time to compose themselves, because they did have the better of the play through that first 20 minutes. But here Leicester come again. Hannah Kane looking to play a ball through, but good bit of defending there from Reading. Less so then, as CJ Bott is bundled to the ground by Charlie WEllings. Hannah Kane. Long ball forward. Santa Trollsgaard clearing it, but Courtney Nevin picks it up, finds Hannah Kane again. Back to Ruby Mace, who looks for options. She's just so nimble on the ball, Ruby Mace. a really creative young player who so many have eyes on. Well, here go Reading, charging forward with Eichland, who squares it. Ashley Plumptre sliding in to make sure that that doesn't go out for a corner. Reading piling on the pressure now. Faye Bryson just hobbling slightly, caught there. She went to retrieve the ball for that throw and then chipped slightly as she tries to get it back. Throw comes in from Bryson, chested down by Trollsgaard, who's pushed right out to the corner there. Bryson back to take the throw. Trying to find WEllings there, who's, even with the fancy footwork, is surrounded by 3 Leicester players and just has nowhere to go. Finally, after those successive throw-ins, it is a change of throw, a change of direction. Well, WEllings impeded there as she tried to make a run. Found herself caught between Courtney Nevin and Carrie Jones. Well, Rachel Rowe and Emma Mukandi over this ball. Mukandi over the 2-woman wall. The header goes forward, but immediately back out. Nelly Woodham chasing it all the way to the line and looking to turn this over quickly. Charlie WEllings is there, she's into the box. Emma Harry's got herself into a good position, but by that point the ball was already out. Rachel Rowe and her socks and her kit matching quite nicely with that ball that she's about to send off the corner spot. The ref just wanting to have a word. Watkins has called someone over, and that is Simpson and Trollsgaard. He's just having a word with as they tussle for position in the Leicester penalty area. Rachel Rowe in swinging ball. And wide. Not making it past Ashley Plumptre and CJ Bott at the near post. And a change of taker this time. Emma Mukandi. Looks like she's lining up an out-swinging ball. Single arm up. And it is the out-swinger, just to keep the Leicester defence on their toes. Well cleared though, despite a few bodies coming to the ground in the box. Faye Bryson chasing it down and making sure it goes all the way back to Maloney. Harry's unable to get onto it on the pitch, and the throw has gone the way of Leicester. Trollsgaard chasing down there. Well, Hannah Kane has gone down, and the physios are being called on to the pitch. A reminder that it is a busy day in the WSL. Nice staggering of games today as we are well and truly into the business end of the season. Arsenal against Manchester City was the early kickoff. Arsenal came from a goal down to win 2-1 in that one. Same scoreline for Everton against Tottenham, with the hosts taking the 3 points from that one. Reminder, as you can see, it is 1-0 here to Leicester City, who as it stands would move out of the drop zone for the time being. And then the late games tonight. We are 90 minutes away from kickoff in West Ham against Liverpool. And then one of the more intriguing fixtures of the weekend, another one at the top of the table, Aston Villa against Chelsea. And I'm very interested to see how Chelsea have recovered from that incredible midweek Champions League match that went the full distance. That one is at 7:15. Woodham with the throw. Trollsgaard trying to get in there. And CJ Bott is on to the end of that throw and quickly turns the direction of play around. A punt forward there from what looked like a fast-moving Ashley Plumptre. CJ Bott sliding in there to prevent the Reading run down the channel. Ruby Mace lofting the ball high and over her head. And she's been so good at winning free or the throw-ins on that side, but Lily Woodham conceding that one. CJ Bott, the New Zealand international, to take. Sent back upfield by Hendricks. And squabbling for the ball in there. A lot of the play hugged really tight to that far side. Leicester's play looking a lot more comfortable down the near side, particularly the runs that Courtney Nevin and Hannah Kane were making. But here goes Carrie Jones, looking for the feet of Kane, but it's picked up. Plumptre making the run forward down this near channel. Nice 1-2 with Bott. Unable to turn it round. Trollsgaard proving that her defensive prowess is important at times as how good she is in front of goal. Leicester looking to make a run forward there, but turned around by Reading, only to be sent back. CJ Bott with the ball forward. It's at the feet of Seamson now. Seamson up to the edge of the area. Carrie Jones had the shot, but Whelan was there but couldn't turn it round. Caught on the legs of Faye Bryson there. Reading just really struggling to find inroads in front of goal. The best chances have come from set pieces. And while the play is hugged so tight to that far touchline, and that within that channel they just don't seem to be making the runs forward that they were through the first 5 minutes of the game, which really was some of Reading's brightest spell in this one. High ball lofted forward. Courtney Nevin has made a brilliant run to get onto the end of that. She squares it across. Ruby Mace sends it to Eileen Whelan, who just can't keep it at her feet. So close to that byline. Ashley Plumptre has the throw, send it to Ruby Mace. Reading blocking the channel, so many Reading players back. And a flash there with Trollsgaard and a blue shirt. Ref continues play though. Whelan sends the ball forward. It's pinged back out. Reading clear, but Ruby Mace can stay cool and calm and collected and send it back to her keeper. A tangle there. But once again, ref continuing the play. This time the kick does go the way of the visitors. Right in front of Kelly Chambers, who watches on. Mukandi with the free kick, long and forward into the box. Leitzig, a full stretch into the air, able to collect it and send it back out. But Reading looking to charge again. And here they go, long ball from distance, wide of the post. Well, nice build-up play, but potentially slightly too reactive to just having an opportunity. Courtney Nevin with a shove. And Sam Tierney there. Although, Emma Mukandi picks up the ball. Lily Woodham sends a strong ball forward, falls back to Mukandi, who chips it high into the air. Ruby Mace is underneath it to control it. It's pinging around, isn't it? Back and forth and back and forth. Chipped up once again. Will Hannah Kane get onto the end of it? Emma Mukandi is charging down there. Hannah Kane chipped forward onto the roof of the net. Well, thumbs up there from Hannah Kane. That is the runs that they'd want to be making, particularly after a frustrating 5-10 minutes of the ball just being pinged around and little fluidity between these two sides. Emma Harries on the charge forward, threads it through the legs. Oh, the shot was blocked. Eichland looking to get a shot away, but blocked. But that really was the magic there from Harries, trying to set Eichland up more, but with 4 of the Leicester defence directly ahead of her. Just didn't have that clear run at goal. Back once again to the Reading keeper, who's had her start split between her and Jackie Burns. They've shared the role between the sticks so far this season. Here goes CJ Bott, well intercepted. Emma Harries finds Lily Woodham, who's tripped there. By Sophie Howard. Well, that seems a very unusual move. Woodham has been booked by referee Richie Watkins. We can take a look back at that. Well, that does not in any way to me look like simulation from Lily Woodham. The ref has deemed it to be. And Lily Woodham is the first in the book today. Here comes Leicester. Whelan, and the ball blocked by Hannah Kane there. Low ball in. Well, through the crowd of various shirts that could have been blocking her vision. That was a very good sight there from Grace Maloney to make sure that she denied CJ Bott. Just under 5 minutes to play of normal time in this first half. We have had a few stoppages, so there's definitely a potential for a fair few minutes of additional time here. Woodham with a throw. Ruby Mace charging in and does manage to get the possession back, but it goes back as far as Reading, and does look like that might be Ruby Mace, who's on the ground now. She's holding her side, but play is continuing. Plumptre heads it away. Ruby Mace is still down. Is the ref finally going over? Well, the ball's out of play, and it looks like he is. Ruby Mace was down on the ground for some time, holding her side. And on go the Leicester physios. Well, we certainly haven't had the fluidity that we'd like to see in this game. I think just that charging in, but already a crowd of both sets of players to try and force possession going back to the Foxes. Has just done her a slight bit of damage there, but she is back up on her feet. Potentially just a little bit winded. And she'll wait for her call back onto the pitch. So much of this game stuck to that far side, but Trollsgaard charging forward now. Sophie Howard with good control to keep that ball at her feet. It's that Rachel Rowe who's down there on her haunches, but Ruby Mace is back up, as is Rachel Rowe, who's now on the ball, going forward. She's into the box, she can send the ball across. Will Reading get an equaliser? Yes, they will! Charlie WEllings finds the equaliser for Reading. Well, Leicester knew that one goal wouldn't be enough for them to rest easy, and it is Charlie WEllings who finds the back of the net for the visitors, them themselves looking to steer their way further away from the relegation zone. We'll have 5 minutes of time added on here as WEllings goes over just to have a chat with the technical team and Kelly Chambers. If you're going to trust anyone to steer a side away from relegation, Kelly Chambers has to be one of your top picks. The wealth of experience that she has in this league is practically unrivaled. She's in this dual manager and director role, oversees everything from seniors to the under-13s, and really she is Reading. First team manager for nearly a decade, nearly double that of the club. She's the leader that these players need to help steer themselves away from the drop. And with that goal, that will see Leicester fall back into the drop zone. Momentarily they were out of it and had gone above Brighton. A reminder that Brighton do have 2 games in hand. Reading going forward again. Here's Emma Harries. She'll send the cross in, slightly too high. Rachel Rowe chasing it down. Well shepherded there. Hannah Kane not giving up the pressure. Leicester caught offside. So they look to try and reinstate that 1-goal lead ahead of the break. Remember, into 5 minutes of time added on to that first half. The first half that was full of plenty of stoppages and a lack of flow from both teams. You wonder whether the equaliser for the visitors might open play up a bit here. They've been so stuck to that far channel. Sophie Howard with the overhead kick to try and move the ball more central. Wow. Grace Maloney had to come a long way out of goal there to make sure she could diffuse the danger from what looked like an advancing Seamson. She's back up on her feet now. Here, there's shouts of instruction towards Sanne Trollsgaard. Rachel Rowe is the one who brings the header down. Seamson still chasing, as is Hannah Kane. But well cleared by the Reading keeper. And now Reading are the ones on attack. Rachel Rowe trying to send that ball forward. And we'll have another booking, and this time it will be for Ruby Mace. Fans not happy about that one. Ruby Mace with the second yellow of the day, just holding on to the back of the shirt of Rachel Rowe, who was trying to slip her way free and goalwards. Emma Mukandi over the free kick, sends it deep. Charlie WEllings having to track back. And rebounds off a Leicester defender, and that is the half-time whistle. Well, a first half where Leicester momentarily saw the light at the end of the tunnel. Briefly, they were out of the drop zone. One goal ahead for the majority of that first half before Charlie WEllings levelled up the scoreline. And now it will be interesting team talks, particularly for Willie Kirk's side, who, after having a taste of what freedom might feel like from that sole relegation position in the WSL table, will want to get back there in our second lot of 45 minutes. Well, let's take a look back at some of the action from that first half that was definitely not as completely fluid as we might have liked. Well, Reading came so close to the opener. Charlie WEllings getting on the end of a delicious ball sent in by Rachel Rowe. Courtney Nevin has been such a bright spark in this Leicester side. And there she was, assisting the goal that came from Sam Tierney. You can see how much that meant for the Leicester players. Absolute delight, particularly on the face of Hannah Kane as she ran over to hug Courtney Nevin. They had other chances as well. It was Hannah Kane blocking their Whelan's shot towards target. CJ Bott with a low ball from distance. And here was the equaliser, pinged around the box a bit, but Charlie WEllings scooping it into the air to level out the scoreline for Reading. Well, a big 45 minutes ahead, but at half-time here at the King Power Stadium, it's Leicester City 1, Reading 1.
This is my All-Star 11 for the WSL. So, in goal, Mary Earps, just because she's recently won the Best Goalkeeper of the Year awards, and I think she's had a fantastic season. At right back, I would say Ashley Neville, just because I think she's quite underrated in this league. She's strong, a brilliant presser, so I think that she'll be a good addition to my right back spot. And then at centre back, I've picked Leah Williamson, just because I think she's brilliant at ball playing and a player that can really understand the game. And then to pair alongside Millie Bright, just because they've got that chemistry for England, and I think that she offers something a little bit different. So left back, I've gone for something a little bit different. So I'm going to pick Mace Letizia. I've played with her for a long time now, and I think she's a really exciting young player, and I think she's very versatile and can play in all of them positions. So we're going to go for a 4-3-3, and the number 4 is going to be Kim Little, just because I think she offers that experience and she's got an amazing passing range. And then my 2 10s will probably be Kenza Darley for Aston Villa. I think she's technically brilliant, and I think she offers a lot in attack. So my other 10 is going to be Bryn's Dottier, who plays for West Ham. She's an amazing aerial threat, and I think that would be really needed in my 11. And then the front 3 will consist of Lauren Hemp on the left. She's absolutely rapid and can create something out of nothing. And my right wing is Sam Kerr, just because I think she's one of the world's best. Alicia Russo as a number 9. I think her stats probably say it all and can perform in really big games.
Hi, I'm Carla Humphrey, and this is my WSL All-Star 11. So my goalkeeper is Mary Earps. Obviously, she's just won the FIFA Best Goalkeeper, so that was an easy choice. I've chosen a 4-3-3 formation, and my right back is Ona Baggio. I think she's really technical, the way she goes forward, puts crosses in the box. Yeah, I really like how she plays. My left back on the other side is Alex Greenwood at Man City. I think she's got a great long ball in her. She's also very composed and a solid part of the back line. My first centre-back is Leah Williamson, obviously England captain, plays for Arsenal, very composed on the ball as well. Another one with a great long ball in her, and I like the way she steps out into midfield and finds those pockets of space.
The Arsenal goal scorer, number 6, Leah Williamson.
My other centre-half is Millie Bright from Chelsea. I think just the way she dominates in the air, her physical presence and her diagonal ball stands out for me. Holding midfielder, I picked Leah Walty from Arsenal. I think she just finds those nice passes in between the lines. Also, one very technical on the ball, so she's my holding midfielder. Playing alongside Leah Volti is Sophie Ingle for me. I think I also like the way she plays, very physical, very technical, also one to find passes. Into my number 10, who would be Kenza Dali. She's great on the ball, really nice turns, plays forward. I think she's really effective and dangerous. So my left winger would be Lauren Hepp from Man City. Obviously her pace is incredible, the way she just glides past defenders, always a threat. So yeah, she's my left winger. So my right winger would be Beth Mead at Arsenal. Very direct, scores a lot of goals, still on the wing, and just always a constant threat. Now she's injured, I'd sub Chloe Kelly from Man City in for her. Another one who's always an attacking threat, puts great crosses in the box, and it was a tough decision between them two. And finally I've got Alessia Rousseau at centre forward. I think she's very dangerous at the moment. I think her all-round play, she's very good at everything she brings to the game. A constant goal threat, so yeah, she's my number 9 bringing the goals in. No, I think it's quite good.
I was so hard though, not picking, like, you really want to pick your players too. I'm Frida Monum and this is my All-Star WSL exam. In goal I will start with Berger. She's solid in the back to have her in the goal.
For Chelsea they look to be in something of a 4-1-3-2. That's a great shot from Emsley and a brilliant save from Berger.
Then I'll go for Rachel Daly actually as a left fullback. I know she's played as a 9 now, but I think she can play as a fullback too. In the middle of the back, I'll probably go for Alex Greenwood from City. Right fullback, Ona Butler, if that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I think she's a good player with the ball, a technical player, so she'll sit well in my team. In the midfield, I think we need some tackles, so I think we'll go for Erin Cuthbert. On the wing, I'll go for Lauren Hemp. She's quick, rapid, good with the ball. I think I need Lauren James in my team too. Technical, score the goals, just solid all the time, constantly good. Okay, I think we actually go for Chloe Kelly. She's quick, again, score goals, which is good to have in the team. I'll go for Rousseau at the top. She's a goal scorer, always on the right place and also score a good goal, so I want her in my team. I think we go for Ella Thun as well. Technical player, can have some assists to Alessia Rousseau, which will be good as well. I actually don't want to pick a Tottenham player, but I mean Bethany England is a great forward, so I'll pick her. I was so hard though, not picking, like, you really want to pick your players too.
Hi, I'm Izzy Christensen and this is my All-Star WSL XI. Okay, so probably going to be lining up in a 4-2-3-1, maybe in a 4-3-3, we'll see how we go. In goal, you can't pick an Everton player. This is tough. I'm going to go with form at the moment. Mary Oaks in goal. The right back, Onabate, United right back. Centre backs, Raphael, Arsenal. The other centre back, Alex Greenwood. Left back, Steph Catley. Okay, in the midfield, going Kim Little, so that's my Arsenal players done now, right? Alongside Kim in the midfield, let's have Yui Hagstauer. That's a good strong two midfield. In the 10, Frank Kirby. She's a baller, she can do everything. In front of Fran, in the lone striker role, Sam Kerr, just for obvious reasons. Getting that Fran and Sam link up there would be quite nice.
Well, welcome back to the King Power Stadium, all level here at the break. And a big half of football to come. Leicester City briefly saw the light at the end of the tunnel, going ahead by 1 goal, which very briefly saw them move out of the drop zone. It is the player on the centre of your screen, though, who brought one back for the visitors. Trollsgaard is the player with the ball at her feet, but Leicester will be desperate for another goal that would see them lifted once again out the drop for this game. A reminder that Brighton and Hove do have 2 games in hand. And we are back underway here. Richie Watkins, the referee, already handed out 2 yellow cards in this match. And it definitely has the pressure and the air of a big relegation 6-pointer. Hasn't been the most flowing of games. Rachel Rowe just with the ball at her feet, trying to get it away. Sanna Trollsgaard dancing into the area. It's pinged up and out wide, deflected. And that will be a corner. Sanna Trollsgaard with a low-driven ball in that just pinged off the legs. And it's a corner early in this second half for Reading. Emma Mukandi with a captain's armband. Looks like this will be an in-swinger towards goal. Some words with the linesman as she swings the ball in. It's headed, but up into the hands of Leitzig. And now here's the counter for Leicester City. Hannah Kane being chased every step of the way by Rachel Rowe, but swooping in Faye Bryson to clear it out for a throw-in. Well, Hannah Kane with the turn of pace. And you can tell that Rachel Rowe has experience at both ends of the pitch. She's said she's happiest in front of goal, but the ability there to track back and match the stride of Hannah Kane is very important. We have 5 minutes of time added on at the end of the first half. A number of occasions where players have gone down both on and off the ball, and we'd hope for a slightly more fluid second half. Grace Maloney just finding the position where she's happiest to take this kick. On the stalwarts of this Reading side. Emma Harries lofting it high and forward, but Ruby Mace turning the corner. There's a foot race there, won by Emma Mukandi. Well, sloppy defending there from Faye Bryson. Allowing Leicester to get their feet back on the ball. Courtney Nevin. She assisted the opener. She's been one of the bright sparks for this Leicester side today. And they were well aware that the flag was going to go out there if they made too many runs forward for that one. Leicester deciding not to chase and instead swing back round as the flag went up. So play continuing with Carrie Jones back up on her feet. Woodham with the throw. Now play continues. Hannah Kane going forward. Sam Tierney with the ball at her feet. Can she find her second? No, not on this opportunity. And Reading player down, just out of shot. Faye Bryson is the player that's down. She hasn't got back up. Is she holding her face? Well, play continued quickly there, and following the action, we didn't get a clear shot of what happened. Let's take a look back and see if we can identify the moment. Oh, just caught. It's like a left leg that's receiving treatment. Just got in a tangle there and went to ground as play moved quickly on ahead of her. Well, 2 big stoppages at least already in this second half. We're pleased to see Faye Bryson back on her feet. This game just really lacking and the constant movement. It's been so stop-start. Reminder of the results from the 2 earlier kickoffs. Arsenal women coming from behind to beat Man City, and Everton winning by the same scoreline over Spurs. That finished Everton 2, Tottenham 1. And now Rachel Rowe is down. She is very distressed, holding her shin. Another clash of ankles, this time Courtney Nevin able to continue. But you can see that Rachel Rowe is in a significant amount of pain there. So I've just given you the results from the 2 earlier games today. We have got 2 more games to come after this one. One of them on the FA player, and that is West Ham hosting Liverpool at 5 o'clock. Following that, Aston Villa host Chelsea at 7:15. It's a game that I, for one, am very looking forward to, seeing as Chelsea were forced to go all the way in that mind-blowing Champions League game in midweek, and Aston Villa are truly one of the in-form sides. They put 5 past Leicester last week and have been a real challenge for teams at every level of the WSL this season. Willie Kirk just wandering up and down his technical area. And that's Kelly Chambers, who's just received what looked like 2 shin pads from, well, it was Jade Moore that handed them over. Rachel Rowe is still on the ground. Well, she's got her shin pads, so I'm sure as to what it was that was handed over to Kelly Chambers. Lily Woodham just keeping herself warm, hopping about. But we'll wait to see if Rachel Rowe will get up and continue. She is back on her feet. Looked to be just a very nasty clash of ankles. She'll take on some fluids and potentially some painkillers there. Slight limp to her walk, but she'll be keen to continue. She's played such an important role going forward, and not to mention defensively as well for Reading today. It was Faye Bryson just being shooed away by the fourth official. She ventured into the Leicester technical area to try and get some words from Kelly Chambers, who remained in her own, but play is back underway here. Ball lofted high. Neither of the two players trying to get under it really got onto it, but CJ Bott has now. Charlie WEllings is the other player who's in the mix there, and Trollsgaard was, as always, diligent in chasing the ball down. You can't fault the work ethic of the experienced Dane, who will chase until the very dying end. Well, that ball definitely out, and it was CJ Bott to send it back in. Plumptre now. Ball came in, but hit the side netting. Nothing to challenge Grace Maloney. The Ireland international just signalling to her teammates of where she's going to send it. And she's found an unmarked Charlie WEllings, who CJ Bott was quickly onto, and now there's some disagreement over whose ball it was. Woodham will take the throw in the end. Rachel Rowe with it at her feet. And scrambling over the ball once again. Faye Bryson chipping it forward. Just unable to get control of it on the ground. It's pinged around once again. Leicester trying to make a move with this, and they've done well. So tight to the touchline. The ball swung in. Is it going to be a replica for Sam Tierney? It's not. The ball came in from Courtney Nevin. Once again, Sam Tierney was in the air. Not a replica of her first goal, though. Ball chipped forward again. Cleared. Well, Sam Tierney coming so close to aligning herself perfectly for a second goal. A reminder that if Leicester can score a second and take all 3 points here, they will lift themselves out of the drop zone in the WSL. They've had a brief taste of that safety this afternoon already. Well intercepted by Whelan, who sends the ball downfield. It's a cross. Sam Tierney's there. It's not another for Sam Tierney. It is a good block by Grace Maloney to deny Tierney her second. Hannah Kane with the pace and the vision to send it across that advancing line of defenders. And a good block in the end by Grace Maloney to deny Sam Tierney her second of the match. Coming up to 63 minutes played. 1-1 here at the King Power Stadium. Courtney Nevin stood over this corner for Leicester City. Reading not able to successfully clear it. It's at the feet of Sophie Howard, who can't cleanly get a shot away. Headed back in, but shepherded back to the keeper. And once again, both sides go through this routine of pinging it forward, sending it back. Trollsgaard at this point looking for any scrap that she might get from Leitzig. Forward come Leicester. Now coming together between Mukandi there's two Leicester shirts in there. Free kick for Reading. Mukandi will take it and no doubt look to go long. One kick forward. And Harry's trying to get there. They're out for a goal kick. Leitzig just weighing up her options. Just wanting Plumptre to advance forward a bit. Leicester on the charge. Carrie Jones. She finds her way into the box. The ball is in the air. Hannah Kane is there. And play is halted once again. Faye Bryson on the receiving end of Richie Watkins' yellow cards. Plumptre was hugging that touchline and was able to scramble free of the Reading defence, and the play went forward. And yeah, it was Faye Bryson sliding in there. Play was allowed to continue, but she was booked further back. Wow. Rachel Rowe and Sanna Trollsgaard trying to set up a good move forward there for Reading. It's not dead yet. Faye Bryson, good cross in. Bryson's the one who's brought down this time. Well, she's back up on her feet, and the referee is having another word. There was Bryson who's brought down and has won the free kick there. Rachel Rowe and Emma Mukandi, once again, the two who stand over this. Mukandi to take. Headed away, chased down. Whelan looking to clear, set up a move going forward. Depossessed by the nimble feet of Trollsgaard. Well, that they'd look like it had gone out, and The linesman agrees with that call. Woodham struggling to keep that one in. But a good piece of play from Trollsgaard. We can't fault the effort of this afternoon. Here come Leicester once again. Carrie Jones, she's in front of goal. The shot initially to Maloney, where it was direct at the keeper, and there was no one there on the rebound to cleanly get the shot away. Carrie Jones, though, she had the time. Was there a clearance off the line? Oh, well, that was very close to potentially Emma Harries putting into her own net there. Well, Leicester will take enthusiasm from that run. Try and get some flow and consistency back into the game. In swinger from Nevin, headed, cleared off the line, cleared once again. Well, well, well. Jade Moore, was that on the line? Well. A brilliant off-the-line clearance from Jade Moore. In swinging corner from Nevin. Headed downwards by Sam Tierney once again. She got 2 bites of the cherry. Grace Maloney is down with the ball hugged closely to her chest. Moore just checking in on her teammate, grabbing some fluid, potentially for herself and for her teammates. Well, excellent work on the line there from Jade Moore to deny Leicester a second. Twice in quick succession of Leicester come knocking.
Substitution for
So
Reading,
we've come
coming off
very
as number 12,
well.
Emma
Before
Harris.
we show you those goals, let's just
Justine Van
bring you
Heevermaat.
this substitute. Well, Emma Harries is leaving the pitch. She's being replaced by Justine Van Heevermaat, who runs quickly over to deliver some information. Well, so Emma Harries replaced by Justine Van Heevermaat. I was about to bring you those first 2 goals that we saw, as we were so close to seeing potentially another for Leicester. Let's take a look back at them now. This is the opener for Leicester. Courtney Nevin sending a lovely ball in towards Sam Tierney, who found the bottom corner. And then after it pinged around in the box, Charlie WEllings able to put Reading back level. And Leicester have come close twice again in this second half. They are oh so desperate to see themselves lifted out of the bottom of the WSL. Just one relegation place at the bottom of the table. They've seen the light at the end of the tunnel today, but it is Rachel Rowe who's advancing oh so quickly now. She takes the shot, it hits the side netting. She's got so much pace, so much power. Like she says, she's like a Duracell battery. And Leicester know that she can keep on going throughout the game, particularly into injury time. It's where she scored the 2 to see Reading win 2-1 over their hosts today last time out. Leicester, though, having improved since the turn of the year and the changes made then. They have the chance to lift themselves off the bottom. Brighton would go in, but Brighton do have that cushion of 2 games in hand, despite their own poor form and issues on and off the pitch. CJ Bott finds the feet of Whelan, who just charges into the traffic there and is eventually depossessed. And Sophie Howard picks up the ball. Oh, another nasty clash there, and you could see as soon as that happened that the referee would be stopping play for that one. A card will be shown. Sam Tierney is the player who will be shown the yellow card. Well, it's just the number of yellow cards delivered today by the referee. That is our 4th of the game so far. And that just further adds to how much of a stop-start and slightly scrappy, to say the least, game this has been. But Leicester looking to go forward now. Seamson released. Will she look to get a shot away? She will. Oh, it hits the bar. The follow-up, does it have anything in it? Whelan looked to get it away, but just spun on the spot. And here come Reading. Can they counter? Well, good defensive work from Ruby Mace. The roar from the King Power Stadium as Leicester come forward again. Plumptre sending the ball in, no one there to receive it. Seamson finding herself in a brilliant position off the bar. She tracked slightly too far centrally. Whelan tried to get the shot away but ended up spinning, pirouetting, rather than getting good connection with the ball. And another player is down. This time it's Brooke Hendricks, who's down for the 2nd time this game. One of the changes that Kelly Chambers brought into the side today. And it looks like she won't be continuing this one. Gemma Evans is warming up on the touchline. She's getting ready to come on. Some final words there from Kelly Chambers and her clipboard. Just under 15 minutes left to play, and there is confirmation of that sub. Brooke Hendricks. Brooke Hendricks leaving the pitch. Gemma Evans, the player, coming on. Evans herself with some strapping to her leg, surrounding her knee. And with all the clashes and collisions that we've had, we're lucky that that is Only the second substitution that we've seen this game. Hannah Kane looking to wriggle away off the touchline, but out for a throw, which Lily Woodham will take. CJ Bott going forward now. Nevin via Ruby Mace. Headed up and well wide. And Courtney Nevin once again proving that she is the one to watch for those kinds of deliveries. As limps off down the far side is Brooke Hendricks. Reading trying to get forward here. Just over 10 minutes of normal time left to play. We have 5 minutes of additional time bolted onto the first half. You'd imagine they'd be about the same for the second. The attack just fizzles out once again for Leicester, as it has really done both ends of the pitch for both teams. Leicester yet to make a change. But it is Jess Sigsworth who is being prepared and is warming up. That'll be the first change for Leicester, and a really important one as we look at this side that is improving, and obviously have left it late into the season to show glimpses of their potential. But Jess Sigsworth coming back on,
Substitution for Leicester
getting her
City coming off.
first
Number
minutes.
19, Remy Simpson. Being replaced by number 9, Jess Sigsworth.
And you can hear the roar and the delight as Jess Sigsworth gets her first steps onto the pitch since her ACL injury last February. Foxes fans delighted to see their number 9 back in action. So with that change, it is Leitzig in goal. CJ Bott, Sophie Howard, Ashley Plumptre, Courtney Nevin, Sam Tierney, the scorer of that Leicester goal, Ruby Mace, captain Whelan, Jess Sigsworth comes in, Carrie Jones and Hannah Kane are the Leicester squad, looking to find their way out of the bottom of the WSL. They are on the attack now. Sigsworth finding Tierney. Ruby Mace was late arriving. She's clipped what looked like Eichland on the way through, sending her shot over the top of the goal. Sigsworth finding Tierney, who cut it back, and in came Ruby Mace, but the ball sailed over the top of the net. Grace Maloney taking the goal kick for Reading. With the 2 changes for Reading, it's a back line of Woodham, Mukandi, Evans, and then Bryson, Eichland, Trollsgaard, Moore, Van Havermaet, Rowe and Wellings. Wellings the scorer of the equaliser. Well, less than 10 minutes to play. Can either side find the goal they need to take the 3 points? Ruby Mace goes forward. Along to CJ Bott. Sam Tierney chips it up in the air. Is there? Oh, the Leicester head was there. It was Hannah Kane. And she's picked up by Jess Sigsworth. She had the connection, but just too much height. Another effort that sails over the top of the bar for Leicester. You can tell, though, by the manner at which Jess Sigsworth dragged Hannah Kane off the ground, how much time is of the essence for Leicester City. Such an important game for the Foxes. If they're to find their way out of the one space that leads down to the championship. Slightly wrong choice there from Leicester, but they pick it up regardless. Jess Sigsworth looking to get onto the end of this. You can hear the roar whenever Sigsworth gets a touch of the ball. It's another high boot to the face. Well, Tierney's very keen to get back up on her feet. She wipes her nose. Well, the rest of the run-in towards the end of the season for Leicester is split with games where they'd be desperate to take something from, and others where you cannot at all see that happening. They face Chelsea on the 23rd of April. After that, Liverpool, then Arsenal, West Ham, and then Brighton and Hove Albion on the final day. As it stands, just 1 point now separates them from Brighton and Hove, but they have a game in hand. On the run here is Lily Woodham, trying to find the feet of Rachel Rowe. Leicester will look back to the keeper. Leitzig going long and looking into the channel. Ruby Mace is open there, but it's fallen back into Reading possession, and it's central now with Charlie Wellings. Bullied off the ball by CJ Bott. Out to safety by Nevin. Ruby Mace charging down the channel. She chips it. Trying for the clever move there, but didn't quite come off for the young Manchester City loanee. Three minutes left to play in normal time. Jess Sigsworth brought down. And the referee waves it away. Or was there a shove there from Van Havermaet? The referee didn't think so. Well, there was definitely a shove there from Jade Moore on Ruby Mace, who's back up on her feet. Leicester know there's no time to waste here. You'd imagine there'd be a significant amount of time added on. Such a stop and start second half, which mirrored the flow of the first half. Ruby Mace, long ball forward, headed towards Whelan. It's chipped up, the goalkeeper's well off her line, she's out the way. Can Leicester get it over the line? Ashley Plumptre trying so hard to just give it a tap, which would have sent her side ahead. But Grace Maloney was down and onto it. Oh, Maloney caught well out there. Wow, another opportunity, another huge opportunity for Leicester that has gone amiss. They've had moments where they've thrown literally everything at that goal and just haven't been able to get it past Grace Maloney. And on occasions, their teammates clearing off the line. CJ Bott, twisting and turning. Ball forward. And it does fall nicely here. Hannah Kane! Can she get the winner? It's blocked! Another brilliant block from Grace Maloney to deny Hannah Kane a winner for Leicester. Well, 5 minutes of extra time added on. Hannah Kane. 12 minutes of time added on. Wow, well, 12 minutes of time added on. Initially heard what I thought was 5 over the PA, and I thought, well, that would match the time we lost and had added on in the first half. But 12 minutes of time added on.
Being replaced by number 11, Lauren Wade.
Well, off goes Charlie Wellings, the scorer of the equaliser for Reading. On comes Lauren Wade. So Wade in for Wellings. 12 minutes of additional time here at the King Power Stadium. Can either side make the most of that huge chunk of time that has now been added on at the end of this game? Well, there'll be no unnecessary stopping and starting. The sense of urgency has certainly changed. Not just for Leicester, but for both teams. Well, Plumptre under a lot of pressure from Rachel Rowe here, who's shoving on the back. And that might require, if there is some blood, a new shirt for Rachel Rowe, but she's walking away. does look like she's been hit in the nose there. And that will, of course, require treatment. She was glued to the back of Ashley Plumptre, and I wonder whether a flailing arm there of Plumptre as she's trying to get free of Rachel Rowe on her back has caught Reading star player in the face. Well, I did say we might not expect too many stops and starts. Obviously this is a necessary stop as Rachel Rowe just clears the blood off her face. Obviously a minimum of 12 minutes added on, but the rest at the referee's discretion after that, depending on how many breaks of play within the time added on. Oh, Leicester scrambling to get back on the ball here, and they have done. A shot from distance, wide of the target. Hannah Kane chasing all the way up to Maloney regardless. Well, we're moments away from West Ham and Liverpool getting underway on the FA player. Staggered start of games today, which is brilliant to see for fans wanting to keep across action at both the top and bottom of the WSL. Courtney Nevin trying to break forward, drops it under the direction to the feet of Ruby Mace. Here's Sam Tierney. Just one marker between her and Grace Maloney in the Reading goal. And there's the winner potentially for Leicester City. Carrie Jones found the ball at her feet and was able to send it past Grace Maloney. She's leapt on by her teammates. Well, a huge goal for Carrie Jones. Reading had bodies back, but no one on Carrie Jones, really. The gap opened up, and she found the bottom of the net. Well, Leicester back into the light momentarily. This result would see them lifted off the bottom of the table, but they know from how things levelled out towards the end of the first half that they cannot switch off now with 6 minutes at least of additional time to play. Well, is that a booking there for Kelly Chambers potentially? Well, it looks like it will be her assistant who has received the yellow there. Faye Bryson sending the ball into the area, but Plumptre had done well to slow her down. And it is deflected out in the end for a corner. Emma Mukandi in swinging corner, looking to level things up. And you can hear the roar as Leitzig brings it down and is on top of it. We are heading for a huge win for Leicester City in their battle to avoid relegation. Leicester preparing to make another substitution as we head into 4 minutes of additional time left to play. Remember, 12 minutes added on after an awfully stop-start second half.
21, Hannah Kane.
Well, Hannah Kane, who hasn't had a huge amount of luck herself in front of goal, but has played provider on a number of occasions, leaving the pitch to a roar from the Leicester City fans. She's replaced by
number 14,
Welsh international Josie Green, who sprints on, giving directions from the get-go. All Leicester have to do now is defend. For now, they are out of the drop zone, but Rachel Rowe's on a run here. She sends a curler in, wide of the far post. Well, this is the moment. This is the time where Leicester will need to keep an eye on Rachel Rowe. She is so dangerous in the closing minutes of a game when you, as opposition, start to switch off potentially. Rachel Rowe tends to find an opening. Emma Mukandi with the corner. Headed up and over, just grazing the top of the bar there. Came off a Leicester player, and that is not how Leicester would want to end this game, conceding an own goal. Courtney Nevin being called over. Has she been shown a card? No. Ref just has a word. Ball sent in through the legs. Out for another corner. One minute less than of the advertised additional time left to play. Corner sent in, headed down, but no power on it, and it drops dead. Rachel Rowe picks it up across the face of goal. There are bodies there. Sanna Trollsgaard going forward. That'll be a throw.
Substitution for Leicester City coming off is number 16, Carrie Jones.
Another substitution for Leicester City. Coming off, the player who could be the hero of the day, Carrie Jones, with that goal deep into injury time that looks like it will send Leicester out of the drop zone. Going on in place of her is Missy Goodwin, sorry. On comes Missy Goodwin, former Aston Villa player, just 20 years old. Long throw in. Headed down by Glendon. Leitzig won't rush here, you'd imagine. So we are over the time advertised, and it is Leicester going forward. Missy Goodwin, who's just come on, trying to find Sigsworth. He just gets a foot in, but Mukandi, diligent in her defending as always. Lofted high by Josie Green there. Goal kick for Reading. We have had stoppages within the injury time. We are now at Richie Watkins' discretion of how long further we will continue to play. Grace Maloney, long ball. Faye Bryson sends it further downfield, but it's headed back. This head tennis and pinging around that we've seen for the last 103 minutes, it's barely ended. Ball chipped forward. Leicester just hoof it and try and clear it out. They are waiting with bated breath for the final whistle from Richie Watkins. And there it is. The Leicester players flood onto the pitch. This doesn't secure complete safety, but it means they're out of the drop for now. Brighton and Hove Albion have 2 games in hand, but this was a vital game that Leicester City needed to win, and they have done just that. Look at the way the players flood around Carrie Jones. She, in the end, was the difference. Our 2 goal scorers for Leicester, they're sharing a quick hug before Carrie Jones storms into the mob rather than the huddle. One of the players down on the ground receiving treatment in the middle of that by the looks of things. What a moment for Leicester City, out of the drop by the skin of their teeth in additional time. It was a scrappy game. But Leicester were the team who shone in the end. And you can see just how much it means to them. Well, the season is not at all over yet. They still have to play Arsenal and Chelsea. Chelsea away is their next game, followed by Liverpool visiting them, another trip to Arsenal. They then host West Ham and away on the final day of the season, which could be the decider. They face Brighton and Hove Albion on the south coast. But they have done all they needed to today. They've secured the 3 points that lifts them out of the drop zone. A lot of hard work to go, but as Willie Kirk goes round and shakes the hand of every single one of his players and technical staff, Leicester have done what they needed to today. Let's take a look back at the highlights from that game, which was an absolute roller coaster at times. A huge chance for Charlie Wellings to get the opener. A beautiful goal in from Rachel Rowe, which Charlie Wellings tried so hard to sneak past Leitzig. And here was the goal that turned out to be the opener. Courtney Nevin setting up Sam Tierney beautifully. And you could see how important that goal at 20 minutes was for the Leicester players. They thought they'd seen the light at the end of the tunnel 20 minutes in, until Charlie Wellings, who had that chance early on, she finally found the back of the net. Successful on that occasion. to get the better of Leitzig. And Tierney could have got a second. A good block though from Grace Maloney to deny Leicester at that point. Carrie Jones throwing everything in front of goal, and how that was not into the back of the net, I'm still unsure. Good clearance off the line, as was this, an incredible clearance off the line by Jade Moore, which did then result in Grace Maloney receiving treatment. But Leicester kept driving forward and throwing everything they've got, hitting the post through Seamson. And that was really that chance, story of the game, lots of pinging around, unable to get the ball over the line. That was deemed by Reading to be a foul throw, and they did go and speak to the fourth official and raise their concerns about that, as it did, as you can see here, lead up to the winner. Carrie Jones seeing a space, finding the winner deep into additional time. Well, they managed to avoid what would have been a horrible ending, conceding an own goal. There's the header from Ruby Mace, just in her efforts to clear that final corner from Reading, just skirted over the top of the bar. Well, what a game we have witnessed here at the King Power Stadium. It has gone on and on. 12 minutes. There ended up being 15 of time added on, but it is finished here as Leicester pull themselves out of the drop zone. Leicester City 2, Reading 1.